What up guys, how you guys doing? I'm Thales and we're back with another how to slice. In today's how to slice video, we're going to be checking out a awesome mask. So let's go to the video. So this is the Dragon Slayer helmet, and as you can see, this is a really nice helmet, and in this video we're going to be checking out the best print settings to print it. As you can see right here, we got multiple parts. There are a lot of horns right here, as you can see. This is a fantastic model and lots of teeth. Right here, as you can see, we got some numbers so you can attach correctly each of the teeth right here. So that is fantastic. So let's go to the print settings. Before we start, let's just consider some things before we change any of the configurations. As you can see, these parts are quite simple to print. They got an overhang right here, but your printer can print without any worries right here. As you can see, it looks quite nice. All of the horns too. They just have a quite steep overhang right here, but this model is quite easy to print. There are some parts that need support, and the most critical part is all of the teeth right here, because they have low surface of contact to the build plate. So we need brim on these models. So be aware of that. And this model too needs a little bit of a brim. All of the parts can be printed with the same print settings. Just the thing that's gonna vary, it is the support and the brim. Some parts do not need any support, some parts don't need brim, and so on and so forth. So first off, all of the parts can be printed at a 0.2 millimeter layer height. As this model is quite big, at 0.2 millimeters, we're gonna get a good balance between time of print and quality. So at 0.2 millimeters, you're not gonna be able to see those fine layers of print. As for vertical shells, we're going to be leaving at 3. This way, we're going to get a really rigid model so it does not break, with a 10% infill pattern, as you can see right here. As for skirt and brim, we're going to be adding some brim to this table right here. So this model right here. If you have some bed adhesion issues, so brim increases your surface of contact to the build plate to avoid your prints unsticking from the build plate. A good thing to do to help with bed adhesion is, first off, clean your build plates really well, make sure that your print is really well leveled, and third, feel free to add external adhesions such as glue stick or anything like that. So in this case right here, this models, we can be adding a little bit of a brim. I'm going to be showing you how to add brim just to this models. Let's say you had another model right here in the build plate and you just want to add a brim to specific models. I'm going to be showing you right now instead of adding brim right here. So to do that, we can just select the model, right click, add settings, skirt and brim. Brim type, brim width. So this way, outer brim right here, top teeth, we're going to be selecting a 5 millimeter brim, as you can see right here. So top teeth has some skirt and brim. What we can do is Ctrl C, go to the other teeth right here, so the bottom teeth, and select Ctrl V. Now we got some skirt and brim on both models, so that is fantastic. And if you want to add to this model too, you just select Ctrl V right here, and other models that might have some bed adhesion issues such as this one and this one. It's always good to make sure that you got a really good bed adhesion, because you do not want your models unsticking from the build plate. So as you can see, we added brim to a lot of models. Feel free to add to all of them actually, because all of these models, this model's got a solid surface of contact to the build plate, but this one I would recommend because they got a steep overhang right here and they're quite tall. So feel free to add to all of them. Going over to support material, it's going to vary between models. So I'm going to be showing you later which models need a paint on support. As for speed, feel free to print these models with the speed you may like, because it's always better to print slower. So first off, printers vary, so the speed is going to vary. There's not a specific speed that applies to all of printers. So what I would recommend is print with your default speed. Feel free right here to reduce on small perimeters a little bit of this value. So on small perimeters such as this ones, they print slower to get a good quality print. Feel free to print this with the standard print speed, but I do recommend, if you're going to change any of these values, always to slower values. Use a profile that you may like, but always lower values. Better to print slow one time than trying to print really fast and it failing multiple times. Right here on the first layer, I have reduced from 30 millimeters to 20 millimeters just to get a good first layer. The first layer is the most important layer. All of the other layers are going to go on top of this one, so guarantee a really slow first layer. So that's perfect. We're just going to be slicing this build plate that does not need any support. Then we're gonna go to more critical models that need support. So let's just slice to take a look at initially how the brim is gonna work out with these models. So let's slice. So as you can see, we have sliced and it added the custom brim that we needed. This is really nice to know right here. As you can see, we got all of the numbers to attach it on the right place. If we go over to speed, you'll see that it reduces the speed on small perimeters such as the teeth, so it helps a lot with the cooling and the print quality. So always reduce a little bit. So as you can see, it was printing at 90, then reduced to around 50. So change, take a look at this value, and it's really nice to do these changes. So now we're going to be taking a look at this model right here. And before we add this part, as you can see, let's just take a look at the horns right here. As you can see, we got a really steep overhang right here. And does it need or does it not need support? So we're going to be taking a look right now. To do so, I have sliced right here. And as you can see, if we needed support, it would turn out right here in bridge infill, which is blue in this under part. But it's all orange right here, so we do not need any support material. Right here, this is a really short bridge that your printer can print without any support, but in this part doesn't need support at all. So this model doesn't need any support if you're thinking that it by any chance needed. So let's take a look at this model right here. So we're going to be slicing and checking out this model right in this second. As for this model right here, we have sliced, and as you can see, no overhang signs. That is fantastic. This is a optimized model that does not need any support, and it needs a lot of brim right here because it doesn't have the best surface of contact to the build plate. So you're covered. This model doesn't need any support, and this is a really nice way to know if it needs support by slicing. As you can see, all of the layers look fantastic, so it is perfect. Feel free to add some brim to all of the models. Right here, I have set some skirting brim on the parts that are more critical, but this is quite an easy print that you do not need to worry with support too much, just the brim and bed adhesion. And I hope you, it's really nice on this multi part models to print in different colors to get a really nice end result. So enjoy a lot this model.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STLflix. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.